Hey, Misha here today, and I am going to do another flower painting. So I'm kind of over the moon today, I will have to say. Today I woke up not feeling in the best space, which sucks because I'm usually a very high energy, I'm usually a really happy person. I was kind of feeling the funk, and I was working through that this morning. And I talked to my mom, and I did a little mindfulness practice, and I was definitely feeling better. And then I decided to look at my old video, the last flower one that I did, to recap on some of the comments out there. And oh my god, Melly D commented on my video. I was so ecstatic. I got a little misty. I think, because I started following her like a year ago, and she only had maybe 15, 20 videos at that point in time. Not a ton, but I love her. She is awesome, and I really, really appreciate that, and her reaching out and actually commenting on one of my videos. It was such an awesome moment. And I've heard from Paul Stardart and now Melly D, and I'm just loving this community and YouTube, and it's so much fun, and I wish everybody out there the best of luck, and I'm feeling the love coming back. So thank you, Melly D, for the shout out, for commenting on my video. It meant the world to me. So I hope you continue with what you're doing, all of the experiments you're doing. I know that you're working on golden products right now. I want to know more about that. I want to know your opinions on it, because I see that the paint's moving around a lot more, and I'm wondering if you like that, or if you want more control, or like just what some of the issues you are having with it, and what you really like about it. Enough about that. You guys, if you've watched some of my videos, you know I mention Melly D on a regular basis, so just love her and was feeling the love today. So that put me in such an awesome mood, and now I'm back. So thank you, Melly D. Some of the other comments that are out there, I haven't gotten a lot of time to go back and comment on people's comments, so I'm hoping to have about an hour today to be able to do that. I do work full time. I have an hour commute to work and back, have 2 kids. It's a lot, and I'm trying to paint, and I'm always trying to look at new techniques and trying to grow myself. So so I apologize if I haven't commented. I will try to get to that as soon as possible and get some comments back out there, but I am reading them. I see the notifications come in, and even when I'm at work, sometimes I sneak over and I look at them. I am reading the comments. I love to hear the feedback, so thank you guys very much, and keep it up. One of the comments I keep hearing is, you got a lot of paint on your canvas, is the paint cracking? That was something I was really worried about. I used to keep less paint on the canvas. I would knock off a lot more on there, and now I'm leaving more paint on. I live in Colorado, and so it's really dry here. So, and it's winter, so it's even more dry than normal, than any other time in the year. So I thought leaving some of that paint on the canvas was gonna end up in some crazing or some cracking. And some people have asked me to, show them dry. It just takes so much time for things to dry, and I don't tend to come back and bring you back in at the dried effect. Also, I have to be honest, I don't love them as much when they're dry. I like them when they're really glossy, and you can see when they're dry, sometimes you can see the bumps of the canvas and just the texture of the canvas behind it. It's one of the reasons why I really want to go into resin painting, because I love that glossy finish. But I don't know if you can see this. I'm going to hold it up, but yeah, this one had a ton of paint on it. I've got no crazing on that, which is awesome. So I'm just going to show you. This is, of course, the last flower painting that I did. There was a ton of paint on there. Again, no cracking, no crazing. And this one probably had the most paint of any one I've left, or as much paint as I've left on one canvas. And again, no cracking, no crazing. It looks just like it did when it was wet. It's just not as glossy. So, so I just wanted to share that. And then Judy Frank commented, and she said they look more like feathers. And I'm in such agreement with that, because my first pour, the first time I did that, when I did my last video, I did white and then I did blue on top. And then I blew them out. And I thought the first one that I did, I thought, man, that looks like a feather. I could use that for a feathering technique. So something cool, something to play with, but I agree with you. And then another comment is sometimes my hair gets in the way. I actually have long hair, it's very thick, and it just has a mind of its own, and it goes crazy. So I've got it all tied up again so that hopefully when I do this video, it won't get in the way. So I'm doing the flower again. The flower, it's kind of it's not quite a flower. If I were really trying to do realistic like flowers, I wouldn't do so many layers. In the last video you can see just in the first few layers it looked like a flower, but the more you get the paint out it kind of changes. But it's still kind of a flowering technique. So I'm going to do that again, but on the phone with my mother this morning, she said, if you do that one again, will you please do like a background of black or a background of gold? Yes, my mama, I will. So I've got a cup of gold right here. And the thing that I'm going to do differently in this video is instead of doing like a puddle pour and then blowing out, I'm going to just pour one color at a time, blow those out, and then start with the next one. I want to see what that effect has. So, all right, time to get started. Oh, I got to tell you what my colors are first. So I've got Artist Loft Flow Acrylic Gold in this cup. I've got Crimson, Artist Loft Crimson because it's my fave. And I've got Liquitex Basics Bright Aqua Green. I've got in this cup Violet, the Artist Loft Violet. In this cup I've got Artist Loft Brilliant Yellow. And then I do have a little cup of white. I might do one little layer of white, but that's it. Everything is mixed with just a little bit of Floetrol and some water. And that's it. So let's go ahead and get started and see what this one turns out like. Okay, so this is where I decided to stop. I love that color burst in the middle. I was getting a little bit more muddy out here again. But I wanted to bring you guys in real close to see the middle of that flower because it's freaking cool. Alright, I think it is at least. So there's a lot of paint on here, but I love that middle part, which makes me feel like I might try something again. We'll have to see. I might try something different. But I love, there's a lot of paint on this canvas. I'm trying to hold my camera straight. A lot of paint on this canvas, so I think a lot of it's going to move. I think it's pretty well balanced at the moment. It's, the middle part is pretty centered, which I'm happy about. Not sure how much I love the gold on the edges. Maybe white or black would have been better, especially with such primary colors. But I'm gonna let this one sit for a little while, see what changes. I think there's gonna be some change and some settling. So I'll come back in about an hour and we'll see what's changed at that point. Alright guys, so this is about 2 hours later. Not too much changed within it. I figured I'd bring you guys in, get a closer look. Not quite dry yet, of course, because this is going to take hours to dry. But I wanted to see, usually the most changing that occurs happens pretty quickly. So I think it's done changing if it changed at all. So let's bring you in closer and you can see all the little details. One more shot just right in the middle. Alright guys, that is it for this one today. It's pretty fun. Definitely, I mean, this is definitely more muted colors and then it's like pow right in the middle. But it's super fun. I will definitely use this technique for other areas in my paintings, not necessarily for flowers per se, but I can definitely see using this in some sunbursts and other items, so other possibilities. So I will definitely use this again in the future, but this is probably the last painting I'll do with this flowering technique for now. Tell me what you think, like, comment below, please subscribe. And if you have any suggestions or comments, you know I would love to hear them. Alright guys, you have a great day and I'll see you next time.